Hey, it's Central Valley Business. I'm your host, Steve Walling. My guest for this segment is Gordon Misaki with the Fresno Buddhist Temple. Did I get that right, Gordon?
Yes, you did.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you very
Glad
much.
to have you here. It's an
Thanks
honor.
for the invitation.
So, first, before we talk about the festival that's coming up, tell us a little bit about the temple.
The Fresno Buddhist Temple has been here in the valley for well over 100 years.
Really? Been here that long?
Yes, definitely. Our main temple is located on the west side of Fresno, and we used that for quite a long time, but we've subsequently moved to another location in Northern California, even though, Northern California, Northern Fresno, yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And we're out there on 2690 East Alluvial.
Yeah.
And so we've built a social center out there, and eventually we will build another temple.
Mm-hmm.
And that's primarily where we function today.
Okay. And if you're building out there, I assume that you're growing.
Well, I think we're trying to grow. Let's put it that way. We're trying to grow.
Well, you should grow. Got some good stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Now, you got something coming up here, and tell us a little bit about this. It's a festival.
Yes.
What in particular
Yes.
is this festival about?
It's we call it the Obon Festival, and we call it the Festival of Lanterns. And our Buddhist sect comes from Japan, originates in Japan,
Okay.
and this festival is also very well known in Japan. It's almost like a holiday atmosphere where families come back.
And I've seen pictures
Uh-huh.
with all the lanterns and stuff.
Yes.
That's pretty awesome.
Yes, it is. But more than anything else, it's an opportunity for we as Buddhists to be able to look back at people and individuals that have influenced our lives and to remember them and memorialize them. And that's really important for us, and express our gratitude for that. Mm-hmm.
And that particular festival goes back many years, doesn't it?
Well, here in Fresno, I think it's probably been about 72, 73 years, and I think it basically started after the Japanese returned to the valley from World War II internment. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And you said that your particular sect of Buddhism is a Japanese sect. People don't understand that Buddhism is kind of like Christianity. There's many different sects or philosophies that fall under the Buddhist belief system. In Buddhism, what are the main types of Buddhism? Because I know there's different types.
Well, there are two main sects of Buddhism, and one is called Mahayana, and one is called Theravada. And you're going to find the Theravada more so in the Southeast Asian countries for the most part, in Thailand, Vietnam, and those areas.
Right.
Ours is the Mahayana Buddhism.
Yeah.
And the Theravada is probably more recognized with the monks and the robes and so forth that we see.
Yeah,
and Mahayana is not necessarily that. Yes.
And how long have you been with the temple here, Gordon?
Well, I tell people I was born a Buddhist. My parents were Buddhists, my grandparents were Buddhists, and so it's been a long time.
So you got a couple of weeks.
Yeah, I got it.
That's great. In your time here with the temple, now you've been here in Fresno, right? Okay. Your time here, is there any particular time or event or festival that kind of stands out in your mind that was maybe a little more exceptional? I mean, they're all exceptional at some degree, but something that you harken back to, particularly before the Festival of Lanterns, that you're remembering things in the past. Is there something that you remember that really kind of strikes a note for you?
I think I remember mostly when we actually moved to our location in northern Fresno, and before we were on the west side of town, and when we moved in 2010, that was the first time that we had this particular event, and we had so many people that attended this function. It was just astounding compared to what we had in the past.
Yeah.
So I'll always remember that one.
Well, that's great. And when is this? It's going to be July 14th?
Correct. It's going to be this Saturday. And we're going to start at 2 o'clock. We have food and beverages and games for the kids to play.
Now, you brought a lantern here. Why don't you hold that up for us to take a look at there? There you go. And they light these, and they string them up, don't they?
Correct. We actually have a dance in the evening.
You're right.
And we go around what we call a yagura, which is a raised platform. And from the raised platform, there's a number of wires that stretch all around the circle, and we hang these lanterns. And these lanterns will generally have a name of an individual that we would want to recognize. This is, in this particular case, this is my mother's lantern. This will be hanging up there.
Well, thank you for bringing it in. That's great. Okay, again, it's this Saturday the 14th. What time do you get started again?
Start at 2 o'clock.
At 2 o'clock.
And then we have, that's when the food basically is served. At
Right.
4 o'clock, we open our games and so forth for the kids. At 6:30, we have a special service for those individuals that have lost a family member this past year, that are members of our church, special service for them. And then around 7:30 or so, the dancers will all start coming out, and we'll probably have 200 or 300 dancers that will
Really?
be dancing in the circle, and they'll
So
be.
this is going to be a festival that non-Buddhist people can come
Oh,
to and
absolutely.
really experience a
Yeah.
good time and make some connections.
Yeah,
and stuff.
absolutely, and we really want them out there and dancing, especially.
Oh, really?
It looks like it's choreographed, but then that's not the objective. We let our egos get in the way sometimes, and don't want to get out there because we're afraid of what we're going to look like. We just want you out there and just enjoy yourself.
All right, well, very good. Well, Gordon, thanks for being
Yeah,
with us.
thank you.
That's this Saturday at the Fresno Buddhist Temple. Again, the address?
Is 2690 East Alluvial, in Fresno.
2696 East Alluvial.
990. I'm sorry.
90. Okay. Anyway, the address is there. If you got something that you really want to, kind of get in touch with, a lot of inner stuff, this would be a good place to be on Saturday. And I'll see you when we come back. Again, thanks for being